Do 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 do. Manom do 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 do. Manom do 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 do. Ah shit! I've got my thing on. Oh, let's do it 3 times. Hey Clancy, honey. Let me share the stream. I'm just sitting here singing Muppet songs to try to honestly calm down. I've had a morning and I'm not real happy with it. I'm not happy with what has happened. Okay. So I let some people get in here. I'm going to have a little bitch fest for a minute. And there's Kiki. Hey, Shauna. Shauna, I listened to your stream. Very, very well said. And I'm going to reiterate some of the things that you touched on as well. Okay. First thing, y'all know I've been working on this damn kitchen for a year. It has been, we got the appliance, then we can't get them all installed. We got to get the counter. And it has been one thing after another. And I tell you what, I lost my shit this morning. And my husband is like, I agree with you. I agree with you. Okay, a month ago. Hey, sweet Meadow. Hey, doll baby. It has been a month since we went to the store, picked out all the shit, and said, okay, can you come and do our kitchen? We are giving you money to do this. We're paying for the supplies. We're paying for your labor, and then a little extra for you to keep for your business, right? You know, and this is not a cheap job. 10 grand for fucking countertops? I mean, seriously. Okay, my language may be a little off. 10 grand for countertops? I think I was going to have to call for EMS. And I told him so. This morning, okay, now it's been over a month. I went back and checked. You know, YouTube has taught me, if nothing else, have your receipts, right? Hey, Misdemeanor. So I've got my receipts from when we were there, what we picked out, the pictures of everything. I mean, and they want, because my counter is like just a little bigger than 1 slab, to buy 2 slabs, which doubles the price, and 10 grand for countertops. And they're not marble. They're not like really expensive marble. No, they're quartz, and they're beautiful, and they have this beautiful vein through it, and I want it. But this morning I said, I sent him a text. We've been texting back and forth, okay, this guy. He was real nice. We were joking, carrying on. Y'all know how I joke around. I'm like, please don't make me say fuck it and go buy a jacuzzi. And I said F it. I didn't say the all word. I said, please don't make me just say, forget it and go buy a jacuzzi instead, because honestly, a month is ridiculous. And I mean, I could have had it shipped from China. Have y'all ever ordered anything from China? It takes a month. But, and this is, there's no reason for this shit. So I said, hi, this morning in my text. I said, hi. Wait a minute. Let me read it. I'm mad. I'm trying to laugh it off, but I'm really upset. Okay. I said, hi, are you alive, or do I need to send flowers? Basically, you know, where the F are you? Right? Hi, Harvey. I'm so glad you got to come. Hey, awesome hooker. So he comes back at me. He said, I'm married. That's inappropriate. Well, you know what's fucking inappropriate is you taking a month to get off your ass and get my kitchen done and the flooring and like all the money that we're giving him. I mean, so yeah, that flew all over me. I said, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I was joking. And then I called my husband and I said, can you call somebody else to do our kitchen? Because obviously these people don't care. They don't need our money. And I was so offended that he would think that because he's ugly and he's unattractive and there's nothing that, no. So yeah, we're looking for another contractor. And if I have to change what I'm getting to get it done, fine. I'm not waiting another year. And these people won't get off their ass. So, oh, Mallory, where's Mallory? There she is. Okay. I got that off my chest. Let me take a little sip of Diet Coke. Sippy, sippy. Hey, Mama Guney. It's good to see you. It is so good to see you. Oh, Lord. Okay, let's chit chat. I have to say, Mallory had the best live stream I hadn't been on her panel before, and I was up there with Mel, the what did she call herself? She's a little person, and she's the tiny comedian. I think that's it. Yeah. And you know, we had Shauna up there, and who all else? We had Francis, and Lord, I can't remember, but we just had the best chit chat. We talked about everything under the sun, and we ended up laughing and carrying on and getting along. That was great. And Mallory, thank you for hosting that. Thank you for having me. Where's Dee at? I don't see Dee. I miss Dee. Definitely go back to Mallory whenever she has a live stream. It's fun. Now, if you'd like a link to come up, and I know you, it was a hoe hangout. It was. Oh, Lord, if you'd like to have a link to come up, just let me know and I'll send you one. But, you know, there is so much going on. And I don't know if y'all know, I've got shingles really bad. Like, I get them on a regular basis whenever I get stressed out or overworked or whatever. And I kind of overdid it last week. So they're all up my back and down my leg. That's why you get to see my pop gun instead of my face on here, because I look like hell and I feel like hell. But so many things happened that I wanted to speak on it, but I was too tired at the time. So I want to go back to it. And as y'all know, I try to record things and make sure that I know what the hell I'm talking about. Because there's nothing worse than someone getting on a live stream and not getting all the facts. And by all means, hey, Izzy, if I don't have all the facts straight on some of this stuff, then please correct me in the side chat. Okay. Oh, thank you, darling. Mama Guney, the shingles are at the base of my back, over my tailbone, and then they're going down my right leg, and then they're going up my spine. So it's painful. I get this every time I get stressed out. It's part of having autoimmune disorders. Let me get on here because I did download or I copied, whatever you want to say. I copied this just so I would have it, and so I wouldn't make a mistake as what's been said. And I gotta go to my Bitchin' in the Kitchen channel. But give me just a second. Talk amongst yourselves. But this really got me. I'm not gonna lie. This really kind of flew all over me. And this person, y'all know who I'm gonna talk about. This person I don't have interaction with. Like, I'll record a stream, but I'll make sure the phone's in the other room because I just don't want to hear it. Well, then I listened to it back and I was like, holy shit. And I'm gonna play it on here. I'm not gonna use the video, obviously, because I ain't turning the camera on, but it's on my phone. And I was appalled that someone, I don't know whether it's deliberate racism and transphobia, or she thinks this is funny. But to me, this was horrible. And I can't get it into my head completely how anyone who has a member of their family or is themselves a person of color, gay, Latino, you know, or Asian, whatever, you know, how they can listen to this and be supportive. I think am I wrong? Doesn't everybody have somebody gay in their family? I mean, we know that 10% of our population is homosexual. So pretty much that if you got 10 people in your family, somebody, you know, is of a different sexual orientation. Am I right? Yeah, her coffee talk was awesome. Oh God, Sean, I'm sorry. Okay, well, let me make sure I'm at the right spot. Because I don't want to play it unless it's worth hearing.
I was in your chat blocking people, you know, because she brings out.
Oh, wait a minute.
Here's my phone.
This is further on. Okay, give me just a second.
Curious question, and then I start thinking about my answer. and then we go to a different topic, I forget. So I need time, and then I'll get back.
Well, okay. The way this is, she's getting to it. I'm going to lower the volume so I can speak over it for a minute. Instead of calling someone transgender, she calls them transformers. Okay, that's not right. Well, I know it's a bunch of STDs. I thought, my God, if you got them all at work, what the hell? I wasn't going to argue with you. Oh, Lord. Let's see. Shauna, would you like to, I need you to mod. Do you care? Because I don't think I have it. But one mod, and that's Sweet Meadow in here, and that's a lot for her to do, just in case. You never know. But, okay, the thing that got me was that it started out as, how can you be anything, you know, I have gay friends and blah, blah, blah. But these are transformers. I'm just going to call them transformers because you know what, I'm not going to play this because she'll just strike it. But you all, I'm sure, saw the stream. And if you didn't, I'll give you a link. She said that, you know, if you can just choose whatever race you feel like. And today she's going to be a Mexican transformer. And I'm like, what the fuck? No, you can't do that. And I don't understand why people in her chat, there was one person, little Mortimer. And she said, my child is transgender. And Katie's like, I don't care. I have to call her Katie because she has apparently copyrighted or copyright written. Anyway, she owns the MFW and all that stuff. So you can't talk about her. But Katie, she can't do that too. So Katie decides that she's going to be a Mexican transformer today, which is an insult to anyone, any person of color, and anyone that's trans or, you know, in the LGBT community. How do you do that? And how do 200 people larking not say, you're wrong and you need to stop? And, you know, and I think Shauna actually pointed out, yeah, transformers is the most derogatory term I have ever. I mean, you hear ladyboys in Thailand a lot. And, you know, you hear, but here that's not acceptable. And that's fine. We have our own, this society that, you know, we live in, we have our own set of guidelines and rules and what we can and can't do. Now, she can get on there and talk about this stuff in such a horrible way, so insulting, and nobody says anything. Yet she says other people get a pass. No, she's getting the pass. And you know what? I think it's time we started really paying attention to what's being said and stop watching creators that are like this. You know, is she ignorant? No. Yeah. Exactly, D. There you are, D. I couldn't find you. I really can't believe that people, you know, and I watched it because after that I was like, what the hell else is she going to say? You know, is that the way to fame on YouTube? Is that the way to, you know, getting your sub count up to, you know, well, she didn't do it on the channel that had a bunch of subs. She did it on the smaller. But still, is this how she's making her fame? Is she going to be like some jock shock that says the N-word, which she has many times? She called Sam Telfer, and I don't even like Sam Telfer, but she called her kids the N-word with the L-E-T-S on the end. And I heard her say it, and I even backed Sam up on it. She's like, she backed me up, this bitch don't even like me. Yeah, that's true. But I don't like racism. And I'm not going to support it or stand for it. And, you know, when she went after Savage's husband, and Savage and I are all right. We don't, I mean, we're not buddy or anything, but she played, you know, the hat dance and called her husband a Mexican when he's not. He's El Salvadorian. And, you know, if you're going to act like this, I think you should reap the punishment for it. You know, I've made mistakes. Yeah, I shouldn't have made those tweets to Randy. I've heard about that shit since it happened. I had to take them down. I was in Twitter jail for a week. And you know what? I didn't say I was coming to kill her. I just said I wish she'd die that way. And I'm sorry. And I apologize to Randy for it. That's all I can do and not repeat it, right? And where's Linda? Am I lost? Probably. Yeah, she also made a joke about feeling like a turtle. And you know, she doesn't care. And this is what I'm coming to. There are people, like I said in the title, some people's opinions don't matter. Some people, they are so wrong and they are so backwards in the thing that they say. And tell me if I'm correct or not. Like Katie, like STS. All right. All that list shit. Oh, I didn't make the list. I made a joke. I said, I'm kind of shocked I didn't make the list because let's face it, you all know, anybody who's been following us knows that I'm not a porch person and we don't get along. And they've talked about me and talked about me, but I'm not important enough to be on the list. Oh, my heart's broken. My heart's broken, y'all. What am I going to do? Whatever am I going to do? Am I on live chat? Yeah, I am. I don't think I have. I hope I don't have anybody blocked. Hey, Lynn. Yeah, I'm on live chat. I hope it's working right. You know, my last video, the internet seemed like it was wonky at the beginning, so and I apologize for that. The sound was off. But you know, do we listen to these people and follow along, or do we just listen for the horror of it? Because frankly, some of the shit that's been said, my mouth drops open. I'm like, I couldn't believe, you would never hear somebody say that to anybody's face. They get the crap knocked out of them, right? No, I can't see Aunt Linda. Does she have me blocked? Yeah, JS being me, yeah, I don't want to associate with them. I've made no bones about wanting to associate, you know, want nothing to do with them. From 2 years ago, I was like, nothing good comes out of that porch. And it's been proven time and time again that, you know, people, they have shit on people who were diehard fans. And Izzy's one of them. You know, there are many. There's like a list. Somebody should make a list of people who, you know, will never go back over there because they're horrible people. But I'm not making lists. I'm just saying, I got up early this morning. The pain kicked in. I had to take some ibuprofen. And I watched this morning and it was all, that one, and I tell you, Pirate Calypso does a better job at making fun of him than anybody. I love it. But it was stupid. It was like the lowbrow humor. And those people ain't allowed on the porch. Okay. Well, they never really were on there either, right? Yeah, Izzy, there are a ton. She commented just after just been me. No, honey, I see Mama Guney. I can't see Aunt Linda. Oh, I love Pirate. Y'all know Pirate and I are friends. Let me see if I can. I can't ever get into where I'm supposed to go to make sure everybody's unblocked. Because we have trolls in here, and sometimes people get trigger happy. I don't know how that is. All right, I'm going to go to. I think I go to my video manager. If it'll open. It's taking its time this morning. My channel. I think it's on channel. Let me see who's blocked. All right. I don't see where it says it. Can you comment on another YouTube account and that isn't? Is it maybe? I don't know if I've got you blocked or not, honey. I'm sorry. I really don't. I wish I could fix it right away, but I'm just not that smart at this. I haven't got all the bugs worked out. Okay, where did I lose you all? Did the stream go away? Oh, please, God, no. I'm not believing this. Shit. It looks like Hangouts quit on me. Are you kidding? It says it's offline. No. Oh, shit. Now this says I'm live. Okay. Are we still alive? Oh, thank God. Thank you, Jesus. I was about ready to say a whole lot of bad words. Thank you. I appreciate that. I was like, what have I done? Okay, I'll unblock you, but it's gonna be after. Because this, oh, I don't know, the Mac's totally different than the PC, and I'm still learning. But yeah, come on. Slap that like button. Anyway, look, I got 18 down strikes. Oh, they get so mad. Thank you, Awesome Hooker. Okay, I have no idea where my Hangout screen went, but I'm on YouTube. So, okay. So we've got Katie being basically making rednecks look bad. I mean, making white trash. She called herself white trash when she was talking about Mama June, apparently. And yeah, but she's making them look bad. I know white trash people, and they're good people. They're only called white trash because they don't have big jobs or, you know, maybe a lot of education. But I know some people that would classify themselves as white trash that aren't racist and, you know, are good people, raise their kids. They don't have an education, but they babysit 10 kids to make their rent money, and their husband goes to work every day. So, you know, don't take that moniker and make it look worse than it is, because there's a difference in white trash and racist and transphobic and just foul and uneducated. You know, if you don't know the proper terms, Ricky, Mama Ricky, you were right in that chat. You were right in that chat. And girl, you know, you have educated so many people on intersex and, you know, how to use proper terminology, how to use the proper pronouns. And yeah, I do. D, thank you. I got it. Hey, Shiro. You know, yeah, Shauna, I'm in West Virginia. Proud white trash. Not an ounce of hate in her heart. Listen, there's all over here. You'll see people. This is, I don't know if it's just a West Virginia thing, but, you know, Mom and Daddy will have the house on the lot, and then we'll have the trailer on the back. And if they have a decent job, they'll have a double wide in the back, but it's on their parents' property. And they all use the same, like, sewage system, water system, and all that stuff. And they'll say, yeah, I'm white trash. But let me tell you, you won't hear anything racist come out of their mouth, and you damn sure won't hear anything homophobic, because, hey, there are gay people everywhere, and we all know somebody or have somebody in our family, and we wouldn't want them mistreated. So, you know, it's funny. Katie said back when she was caught saying the N-word about 1,000 times, but nobody seems to remember. She got in an argument with a lady, person of color, who was calling her out. She was like, what are you talking about? I have a black boyfriend, and I have nieces and nephews that are half black. She lied. She just flat out lied. And yes, I have a DM where she was telling me that. And then she said it to someone else. She said it to that lady to get herself out of trouble, because I guess if you have a black boyfriend, you could use the N-word. No, it's not how it works. And you know, there's a lot of us, and if people knew where the word hillbilly came from or redneck, they'd have a little more respect for it. We came back in the early 1700s, like my family came here my granny lives on a farm. It's been ours in our family since 1723. They were called hillbillies because we lived in the hills and we supported William of Orange, which meant freedom of religion. That's why you'll see so many Methodist churches through here. That was predominantly Methodist, but there are Episcopalian, there are different Protestant religions. And that's where hillbilly came from, because we lived in the hills, the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains, the Appalachian Mountains, Smoky Mountains. And our family supported William of Orange. My family was big in the Methodist church, and they built a church. And I still go there. But I got married there the first time. And, that's where hillbilly came from. So nobody needs to be ashamed of being called a hillbilly. Redneck, it's because the Irish who came over, including George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, our founding fathers, they all worked in the sun. And they all had rednecks because they were sunburnt and they were bent over. And that term didn't come into play until a woman who basically hated everybody that was, that were in the mountains, that lived here. And she started calling them rednecks because they worked hard and they worked out in the sun and they worked on their farms. And, they sunburned the back of their neck. And sometimes they would tie a red handkerchief around it. So she wrote an article, and I can't remember. I could look it up, but I'm not going to. Y'all look it up yourself. Find out where it really came from. It was one woman who was a journalist. So you can call me a hillbilly. I'll take it. You can call me a redneck because I've had a redneck from working in the sun, hoeing and gardening and working in the field. And, we were put to work when we were little. You live on a farm, you go to work as soon as you can be given directions and follow them, pulling weeds, doing something. But the whole thing is, there's a difference between being a hillbilly, even white trash. People call you trash because you don't make a lot of money. Well, now, technically, we're not trash because we have good income. Thank you, Lord. But I don't care if I'm called that, but I'm not ignorant. And I'm not racist, and I'm not transphobic. I have arachnophobia. I'll own that one, but it doesn't equate ignorance. So I'm having a real time balancing that. That's what it's being defined as. That white trash, you're racist, and you do this and that and the other. No. That's ignorance and prejudice. And that's one thing that we're not. Most of us aren't, If you look at the problems with race relations in this U.S., it's a very small portion of people who are racist or even transphobic or homophobic, for that matter. But it only takes one or two loud voices to cover up everybody else's silence. And that's why we need to be speaking up. And that's why I wanted to talk about this today. I was really upset with that stream. I was really upset with what was said. And I was really upset with the fact that everybody in the chat was just kind of going along with it or lurking, not speaking out. If you don't speak out, you know what they say, the only thing needed for evil to flourish is for good men to say nothing. And that's what we need to realize. Yes, a lot of good folk come from Scotland, but you're biased there, Lynn. It's good to have you. Then that whole porch crap. I want to talk about that. Pam's had my name in her mouth since I met Pirate and Rainbow. And then finally she turned over and she told the truth. But she still jabs at me. Kind of like Katie does. Katie has to mention me. Oh, every stream watcher do it. She loves me. She just loves me. She wants to wear my skin. But, they've mentioned me plenty of, and then I laugh and make a joke and say, oh, I'm surprised I didn't make the list. And then Pam says, you're not important enough to make the list. Really? I'm important enough to have in your mouth all the time. But Zombie Bulldog. Speaking of racist terms, I'm mystified as to why Rosie's getting away with Hoodrat. That's the ghetto speak equivalent of white trash, who isn't white, if you get my meaning. Yeah, Hoodrat, I don't live in the city and I don't know. So I don't know how offensive that is. But if you take offense to it, then you should say, you know, I think Hoodrat's offensive. You know, we can all speak up. You know, if Hoodrat, you know, I have friends who grew up in the hood and they called themselves Hoodrats. Can I say that? No, probably not. You know, it's kind of like the N word. I can't say that ever, 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 ever. You know, hi, Sheriff Flair. I know. Mama Guney, it's so funny. The trolls come in and they'll lurk and they'll watch and they'll hit that down button. What they don't realize is that just makes just makes it better. Whether it's up or down, damn it, I switched to top chat. Whether it's up or down, it doesn't matter as long as there are thumbs. So hit either one of them. Hit it up, hit it down. But a hood rat's just a person from the hood. That's offensive. I think of it in terms of endearment. See, that's the thing. That's like the N word between two people of color can be very affectionate. Just like two women who are friends will call each other bitch. And that's not offensive to them. But you let somebody else say it, there's an ass woman coming, right? I mean, especially if it's a man. But the only men that can get away with it, and these are my rules, is my gay friends. And they're like, bitch, please. And I'm like, yes, I know. But that's the way I feel about it. So if it's a term of endearment for some people, then okay. Is Rosie a hood rat? I don't know. I don't know. She's got a pretty little house. She's not in a great neighborhood, so maybe she considers her part of that. But I don't know. You should talk to her about that. She's very open to discussion. So, Zombie Toothless Bulldog, thank you for bringing that. It can be sexist too. It's most often refers to black women of loose morals. Really, I did not know that. Now, I've seen ghetto used as an epithet, and that's nobody likes that, you know. That's ghetto, or this is ghetto, or bougetto, which is bougie and ghetto together. I have been guilty of saying that's so ghetto, and then I'm like, you know what, I shouldn't say that, you know. And I have had to train myself not to, because I heard it so often, you know, like in my 20s and 30s. You heard it a lot then. So yeah, Zombie might be projecting his views, but you know what? All views that come to you with manners and respect, you have to give that back. And maybe, you know, if that upsets you, hey, Clancy, if that upsets you, then, you know, say it and discuss it. You don't have to go, you know, balls to the wall with a spear and shove it in somebody's, you know, heart if they say it. But you definitely should say, you know what, I feel like that's a racist term or a derogatory term for a certain type of people, and we need to talk about it. And, you know, because it's offensive to me. And if it is offensive to you and you don't get any resolution, just don't watch that show. Don't watch that channel. You know, a hood rat is a woman who sleeps with anyone in the game. Really? See, I just thought hood rat was like anybody that came from the hood. Like, anybody. I'm just a hood rat, you know. And because once again, my experience is from seeing it on movies and things like that. So okay, yeah, Shauna, then yeah, that needs to be taken away from the dialect and on YouTube. And you know, you all should talk to her about that. Definitely. Because if we saw the N word up on a title, we all know that's offensive. And we would say, hey, you can't put that in your title. You need to change your title. So, you know, we live, we learn, we grow. And I don't think she's meaning it to be mean. I think she's using it because, you know, that's just kind of her vernacular. But if it's upsetting, then, you know, Rosie, take hood rat out of your title and explain to her what it means. And you can't, yeah, awesome hooker. I was just getting ready to say that. You can't tell somebody you can't control somebody else's language or their verbiage, but you can control your own, and you can politely and respectfully tell them that that's offensive and this is why. And they can either change it on their own, or you can just not watch their channel because your view is worth money. Remember? It's about expressing yourself. We have a duty on here to express our opinions and our likes and our dislikes and the things that we see. And, you know, that's why it's called the drama community. And yeah, I'm in the drama community, and I'm in the boy too, because I like going to boy channels and I'm accepted there, and I love the people that I've met there. And so I'm part of both. Now, but the fact of the matter is, if you're having streams to be cruel or to hurt people's feelings, or you're putting racist things in the headlines, or you're speaking disrespectfully about a group of people and showing ignorance, you know, the viewers have to speak up, and we can't just let it slide. There's no letting it slide anymore, because these people, listen, these videos aren't going anywhere. Our children's children and their children will be able to see this. Nothing disappears from the internet. You know, I personally hate that. We have a dog, Marlet. He licks windows, and so we call him that. But you know, you can control it in your Hangouts. That's right. Like if someone came in here using Awesome Hooker, I'm gonna make you mod. I don't know where all my mods are this morning. Is that all right? There you go. You're blue. But I think if someone doesn't know, if they're ignorant of the things that they're saying, then they need to be told. And then if they don't listen and they don't have respect for that, then you could boot them. Yeah, you don't have to watch them. And yeah, Angry Grandpa used to say, yeah, all the time. I actually call my dog that because he really does it. Like when we get a rental car, we always get a rental car to take on vacation. We're not putting miles on our car. Literally, I have to take a Windex and clean the inside of the windows. But he's a Maltese, and okay. What to go to next? There's just okay. I have not had an argument with this person, Holly. I think y'all all know her. She's been floating around. She's been here since December. December, she started live streaming. Said that herself. She's already lost one channel, and she's pissed everybody off. She has shook up everybody and argued with pretty much 99% of everybody. And what I can't figure out, I don't think she's a particularly malicious person, but I can't understand why she went on panel discussing me and she never even met me. She had some fifth-hand hearsay that she threw around. But, you know, she and I got in DMs and we were cool. And then all of a sudden she's coming out with more videos, and she's, I don't know, making those dumb cartoons that are like jib-jab things and all this stuff. What's the point? You know, why? So I don't watch her. And if anybody else watches her, I'll be like, you do your thing, you do you, boo. I'm not having anything to do with her. And then we have RSN that she came from, and she's calling him a beta, which is basically the weak male. You know, you have your alpha and your beta, and the beta, you know, slides under the protection of the alpha male. But she's calling him a beta, but she was on his show for a year and a half. Does this make sense to anyone? You sure can, Mama Guney. Let me see. Well, I have to find my Google Hangout. Oh, Lord. Let me find it. Hang on just a second, love. But the thing is, if you've been watching and participating and being on the panel for, you know, all of these, I'm in a video call. I don't know how to do this. Shit. Thank you, Awesome Hooker. Let me see if I can get Hangouts just to come up, and from this one. I don't know why it's being a butthole, but it's because I went and tried to do something different and I don't know how to undo it. And that Hangout link is gone. Like gone. I don't know. I'm probably live streaming by the grace of God. But Mama Guney, if I can figure it out, I'll send you one. But yeah, if I could find the Google screen has disappeared and I can't find it. And I'm going through Chrome and going on Hangouts. Thank you, Shauna. I'll be right back. Oh, okay, cool. Hey, Ontario chick. Okay, so I don't know how to word this without sounding like a total bitch. But okay. There are rumors on here that people start for no reason other than to see someone suffer. And I've had it happen to me. Y'all know how I'm supposedly a fake psychologist? Guess what? There are people that I don't want to be doxxed. And I've been told don't show everything to be doxxed. But there are people on here who have seen my diplomas, my certification, and who have been screaming for what? Over a year that, hey, I use my nickname on here, and people have tried to say that I'm fake, I'm a fraud, whatever. You know where that came from? You know where all that shit came from? An argument over me giving a DM to Katie. Okay, and then Randy came up and she started arguing with me. Show your credentials, And you know what? Nobody asks anyone else to do that. Don't do that. I don't owe anyone to see all of that. Yet I did to certain people. I was like, look here, and they're like, okay, so it's all a big lie, but I keep hearing how I'm a fake and fraud. Okay, that's a lie that keeps perpetuating. And it's ridiculous. And I don't care. I don't have any patience on here. I'm not asking. I have not asked for any money. I have a super chat button. And if you use it and you send me $1, it goes to our animal rescue. I put it all together, and when we've got enough, and when I get a little money each month from this channel, that's what we do with it. It's not going into my bank account. I'll pull it out. It goes to the PayPal, and I'll, pull it out, and we go get bags of dog food and blankets and things like that. So, that's what I'm on here for. I'm not on here to treat anybody or get any patients. Believe me, if I wanted to go back to work, I could, if I didn't feel like this. It's illness that's kept me out of my work, and I miss it. But then there are other rumors. Let's see. How many rumors have been told? Like, Sweet Meadow, can I use you for an example? It's okay. Sweet Meadow opened up, and some people are going to be mad at me. Because they're like, no, Sweet Meadow lied. She's a liar. She's doing this and that and the other. Okay, what she said was, she's recovered from cancer. And then they found another lump. And she was kind of at the end of her rope. She didn't want to have it treated. She was like, no. And then her husband and her, I think, you have one daughter or two. But anyway, they talked about what different treatments could be done, and how long she would have to live if she left it alone, because some cancers go fast, some go slow. We've seen that. And when cancer goes slow and somebody doesn't die immediately, automatically they're a fraud. How stupid is that? You can have prostate cancer and live for 20 years. When a man gets prostate cancer, a lot of times he dies of old age or a heart attack or something like that before the prostate cancer ever does anything to him. Does that mean he doesn't have cancer? No, he still has cancer in his prostate. And he doesn't have to have the surgery to have it removed unless it's already spread. Most doctors are like, leave it alone. You don't have to have anything done. If it starts getting uncomfortable, then we will. That happens a lot. There are cancers like pancreatic cancer. By the time you're diagnosed, you have, maybe a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Sometimes with really aggressive treatment, you can get a little longer, but different cancers move at different speeds. So Sweet Meadow was explaining that Hey, Gypsy. Sweet Meadow was explaining, and she was very nervous. And I love Uber Goober. Y'all know that. And she's a cancer survivor as well. But the way it was set up, Sweet Meadow got very, I guess she got kind of awkward and nervous. And, you know, because she was supposed to have, I think she was supposed to have Stephanie Brown on, or she was supposed to have Paula on, who's a nurse. And then she ended up having Stephanie. Wasn't that the way it worked? And anyway, she got very nervous, very uncomfortable. Then she didn't feel like sharing. She wanted her channel to be about cancer and cancer survival and, you know, those who have it, you know, giving support. What happened was she got tangled up and mixed up, and people did not listen. If you listen to someone, you get all the facts, correct? You know, you get everything from them. What she said was she had her daughter, okay, she had a friend who was a nurse and was friends with a hospice nurse. And she was like, okay, if I don't treat this, I'm going to end up in hospice. So they had the hospice nurse come over and meet with them, not to put her in a hospital bed and, you know, her O2 tube and everything. That's not where she was in her illness. She just wanted to know what would happen. And so they sat and they talked. And correct me if I'm wrong, but, and she told people, she said, yeah, we had the hospice nurse over today. People assumed that meant that she was on death's door, ready to die. Well, no, she wanted to learn. She wanted to educate herself about what was going on. Well, what's happened since then is Sweet Meadow's a big liar. Sweet Meadows doesn't have anything wrong with her. Aren't you dead yet? How many times have we heard that? Who says that shit? And oh my God, Pam, don't say that that's a Southern saying, because it sure is not. Now, what we do say is, Lord, I haven't seen you in ages. I thought you might be dead. But that's a rarity. That's a rarity because it's kind of rude. But, you know, yeah, they were like, hey, Sweet Meadows, she's not dead yet. She came back to life. She, you know, blah, blah, blah. Just like they did Rosie, little Rosie. So people need to think about what they listen to. Okay, here's a big one that happened this weekend. Y'all heard about Shane Dawson having sex with a cat? It is rude as fuck. It really is. Shane Dawson saying that about his cat reminded me of a story of something that happened in high school. There was a boy, I'm not going to put his name out, but this really did happen. And he was so good looking. Oh my God, this guy was 6'4", and this was before everybody got cut. You know, the guys all wanted to be cut and all this. He was cut. Oh, he could walk by me and I'd get cold chills. Every hormone I had was on high alert. But he was dating the head cheerleader at the time. And they made a really cute couple. She was real short. But he made the mistake of cheating on her. Well, you don't cheat on one of the most popular girls in the school, whose daddy's a senator, and they have more money than God. Well, she was at a party, and she decided that she was going to get revenge. And it was the dumbest thing ever. She said that she walked in on him, and she got the cheerleaders to agree and say they saw it too, that they walked in on him at the party, and he was trying to F the cat, and he killed it. I kid you not. Hand to God. Hand on my grandmother's grave. That's what happened. He played basketball. He could do the Michael Jordan dunk, and he was in 11th grade. He was a junior. When he would go up to do free throws, the entire crowd would go meow, 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 while he did his free throws. Can you imagine what torment that would be at 17 years old? He switched schools. As soon as the basketball season was over, he switched to another high school. But that's how rumors. How stupid is it to think that you could do that to a cat? I mean, really. First of all, cat claw everything off. But no, it was a joke, and it went badly for Shane. But unfortunately, it tore this young boy's high school days up. And he was so talented. Shouldn't have screwed around over that. All right, you never told anyone, people make that up. You didn't tell anyone that you had found a lump? Because I thought you did, and that's why I wish to God I could get you up here. We'll do that next time. We'll have a part 2 on this. But you know, I felt okay. I was what, a year or 2 younger than them. I'm Joey Dan. I was stupid. You know, I was that was part of my clique, all those girls, which, you know, I was friends with them. I was friends with a lot of people from different cliques, but everybody in the school seemed to believe her and not him. And I look back, I'm like, oh my God, how horrible was I that I didn't use common sense? My dad even said, my dad, y'all know, was professor. He was like, if you believe that and you're saying that, then I'm like, oh yeah, she wouldn't lie. My dad just shook his head and he's like, you got some growing up to do, girl. Daddy tell me how it was. But yeah, that was a horrible thing to happen. And now look, Shane Dawson, it's trending. Shane Dawson had sex with his cat. How dumb. That's like saying Jeffree Star is raping his little Pomeranians that he adores. That's just, it's out of this world stupid. But it's the dumbest shit that people believe. You know, they're like, oh, that's so crazy. It has to be true. But you know what? Sweet Meadows' story was true. And she never said that she was going into hospice that day, that week, that month. She just wanted to educate herself on it. And people didn't listen. And then it got sent through hearsay, hearsay, hearsay. I have heard, why no, he'd never heard Cheeto. Hey, Gypsy. Hey, doll baby. You know, yeah, what the fuck? Right. Exactly. Mama Guney, those cats are killing me. Okay. It's just like with me. I have heard that I have hurt, I have done serious damage to people on YouTube. I had a stream, I said, please step forward. Y'all remember the 2 that were claiming that I had hurt them the most? And they refused to come up. And they said, no, we'll talk about it in DMs. Really? Because this was to be open and honest. I mean, because they'd been shitting on me in public on all these different live streams. Y'all remember? Embry said, yeah, I'll use her name. Embry said that I was a life coach. Never been a life coach. That I was a life coach and I took a 6-week online course. That's all I had. First of all, you don't need anything to be a life coach. I mean, we've seen that, right? I mean, you could have a degree in basket weaving, or you could have just a high school diploma and you can call yourself a life coach. You don't need a license. You don't need a certificate, nothing. You can just set out a shingle and go to it. Pay your taxes. They're fine with it, because life coach is completely different from being a mental health professional. You really don't need any training. That's why this Holly go lightly, oh, look at this certificate and that certificate. It's all bullshit. You don't need any of that. And besides, would you go to her? I wouldn't. But yeah, there is an agenda to pull people off of YouTube, and that's wrong. But how many people have we lost that were wonderful in our community because people had to say enough crap about them, doxing. If y'all are still doxing people, come on. That was 2017, 2018. We're all bored with it. People need to stop doxing. That's stupid. And threatening family. I saw a thing last night where a guy was threatening somebody's family. If I can't find you, I'll hurt someone you love. That was the quote. Off of YouTube, bull. You know, seriously, it's gotten too far. So anybody that I'm going to put the thing out again. If I have hurt someone, and Kyle, pay attention to this. If you know of anyone that I have hurt, that I have damaged, that I have destroyed, that has been affected by anything that I've got to say in a negative way, please have them DM me and we'll have a good chat. Because you know what? People that I have argued with, and y'all know who it is, who they are, different people, that I've had serious arguments with, that I've gone back and forth with, we've made up. We've gotten in DMs with each other, whether I reached out to them or they reached out to me. Enough was enough. You know, you don't need to keep beating each other up over YouTube. And, you know, you would be surprised at the people that you think that hate me or that I hate them, that we're not on bad terms. You know, because I don't stay mad at someone for no reason, or I don't get mad for no reason. But, and then once apologies are made, I stick to it because I don't want to hold that in my heart. You know, some folks run with any lie and then change it, but why hurt anyone with cancer? Exactly. If you had cancer, the last thing you would want was somebody telling you that, oh, you're lying about having this. You don't really have this. You're not really going to die. Are you dead yet? You know, seriously, how shitty of a person do you have to be to say something like that? Are you dead yet? And then put it on a t-shirt. Yeah, because that's going to be your merch. You know what? Whether you believe in karma or divine retribution or whatever, what goes around comes around. We'll just put it that way. We won't put any religious spin on it. But what goes around comes around. And you can do all these good works, but when you do something bad that is cruel and evil, comes back on you. And, you know, and it goes the same way. I mean, I have been made fun of because when we go out places and there's a lot of walking, I have to use a wheelchair. There have been people laughing about that. Really? It's funny to be in a wheelchair? Or to have to use a cane? I use a cane inside. I use my rolly stool, which I'm so happy about still. I love that thing. In the kitchen, I can get stuff done. I can actually be productive. But people have made fun of it. Oh, she's rolling. She's on a rolly stool. Okay. If that's what it takes to make you happy and is to try to hurt my feelings, I ain't hurt my feelings. And yes, hurt people. But you know what? That can't be a common excuse. Yeah, you may be hurt, but you still have control over what you do and your behavior. So when I look at these people who are constantly slinging out hate, they know they're slinging hate. They know they're doing wrong, but they're still continuing to do so. So at the core, yes, there's a reason that they're being mean. The reason they're hurting people is because they're hurt, but that's not an excuse for it. Because we all have our own, agendas. We have our own life and feelings, and we have to take control over it. You can't just say, oh, I have no control over myself. We're not puppets. You know, I have been called every name in the book on here. Ask anybody that knows me. I don't hate anybody. I really don't. And you know why? Because I don't care enough for them to hate. If they're not my kind of people, if they don't know how to act, you know, I might talk about them and laugh, but it's not getting to me. Listen, I've grown a real thick skin in the last year. I've had to. And if you're going to be on here, you have to have a thick skin. No crying on YouTube, just like no crying in baseball. But you have to be able to say those opinions don't count. Some people's opinions don't matter, right? Because they're ignorant, or they're rude, or they're racist, or they're transphobic, or homophobic, or whatever. If they're out to set, you know, the world on fire by, you know, pouring gasoline on the people, I don't want to be anywhere around them. And their opinions don't matter. They can call me whenever they want. I don't care if anybody believes, you know, that I have the education I do, or that I work the job I do, or that I love my daughter. My daughter loves me. By the way, she did a great job helping out. Oh my God. But I love having her home. But yet she's the one, this is the kid that hates me. I don't care what other people think, because it's none of their business. And they don't know. They don't live my life. They're not in my shoes, you know. And to me, they don't count, you know. And I go on with the people who care about me and love me. And, you know, and I have a good group of friends. I really do. I'm lucky in that. Lynn, you are exactly right. And Awesome Hooker and Mama Guney, it's too much energy. And I'll tell you this. Mama Guney and I share an experience with someone. Yeah. You know, and that's what this last year has done for me. Mama Guney and I had the same experience with the same nut job. And he just went after me. I mean, there were like 10 videos made a day, and he's got another channel he's uploaded it on. And so I can't get the strike to go through because it's on a secondhand channel, but whatever. I don't care. I don't care what anybody believes about me. I know who I am. My husband does know who I am. People around me know who I am. But yeah, he took pictures from my Facebook and my Instagram and there were days he made 10 videos. They were all like a minute long, but he was obsessed. And then he became obsessed with her, right? Oh my God. He thought first of all, okay, you have to understand this little boy looks like a ghost. And then he uses a Snapchat filter to blur it out even further. So he is like white hair, white, and usually mostly naked. I have the pics to prove it. I have everything. I saved everything. But so he's very, very white little boy, but was adopted, and he swore that Mama Guney, who is a lovely lady of color, person of color, and he swore that she was his biological mother. Okay, first of all, no. That was I just had to sit back and go, what? And then it was that his father was a Freemason. Okay, we got Freemasons all through our family. You know, my family belongs. His dad was a big Freemason and in the Illuminati. And then he got mad at her at Mama Guney because she wouldn't tell him who his dad was. And she's like, what is fun? And then he said, you're Oprah. Mama Guney's really Oprah. Mama Guney, I'm going to have you on the show and you can do an Oprah impersonation. Anyway, and then he got kicked off by everything. And then the guy is mentally ill and he was put inpatient and then everything stopped. But apparently he's on the loose again. But I don't care. I don't care how many videos he makes about me because it doesn't affect me. Now, it did affect my child when he called her on Facebook back a year ago, and he was asking her all sorts of different questions, and then he cut out the audio. And if you have any sense or have worked with sound engineering or anything, you can hear how cut up that audio is. He would ask a question and then take an answer from another question and put it in. So, yeah, my daughter was really upset about that. In fact, she went into hysterics that anyone would think that she would say those things about her mother or the DMs that were faked. That wasn't even a picture I used. And what 27-year-old calls her mother mommy? Not mine. But you get a car. You get a car. We see you. You get a car. Tom, get off my couch. That was so funny. Oh, Lord. But after all, it was like going through the fire. I have to tell you all, my nerves were shot. I mean, it was the beginning of me getting sick for summer. Tell the truth. There were days that I just shook all over because I was so upset. And I have anxiety. And of course, my doctor put me on some medication that helped. But I'm thinking, I'm getting so upset over this YouTube bullshit. And this one person, and we went to the police and we did everything. But, it's still, it works your nerves. I know it worked hers. And those of you oh, yeah. Oh, Lynn, it was beyond. It was the most insane shit you've ever seen. Go Google not Google, but look up my name on YouTube and look at the shit that's still up. I mean, it's like, whoa. He was so obsessed. It was crazy. And he had Mama Guney thinking I was just a horrible person. And then we got to talking and then we're fine. But the stress of being harassed or cyberbullied like that will make you sick. It made me sick. And, you know, so if that was what he wanted, he succeeded in that. But then again, I got over it. I'm good now. But yeah, that's right, Mama Guney. Canada, we would have to go to his town, and I know all of his information. And I've never doxed him. But we would have to go to his town and file with their police, because my police department here said that that's what we would have to do because it was an international crime. Then we got a lawyer who specialized in cyber crimes, and he was like, yeah, if you want to go up to Canada, you have to file the report, and then I can take the case and we can work it from here. We're like, Jesus, do we really want to drive 10 hours over this idiot? No, I'll turn off. And so that's what I did. I quit watching anything that he put up. I recorded everything so I would have it in case I needed it. But, you know, I had to get a thicker skin. And then this summer, that whole thing, oh my God, this past summer, but my skin's a lot thicker. And I've realized that these people, some of these people just don't matter. They don't matter to me. I don't care about them. They go live their lives. I don't wish them harm. I don't wish them ill. I just wish them gone. But, oh, and I'm sorry for anything I said to you as well, Mama Guney, because I think I think you're a wonderful woman. I think you just got caught up with him, like that poor little 16-year-old girl. Oh my God, those videos are still up. I talked to the girl's mom. I said, you know, you need to talk to your mom about it. That's what I was telling her. I was like, you're involved with some things that are a little too adult, and you might. I said, you really need to rely on your parents for guidance. So I was bullying her. No, but you know. Yeah, Nick, it's real hard not to. Thank you, darling. They're still up. Yeah. You know, I need to do bitching in the kitchen more. I think I will. But I had more of a, I don't know if I had a different slant on things when I was doing those or not. I'll talk about different channels and different things they're doing, but I don't want to be this hateful person that comes on and just, you know, causes someone to feel the way I did back then, you know. But yeah, I did. I thought she was an adult. I thought she was 26, not 16. And that was upsetting. But bitching in the kitchen, I need to get merch. I'm looking at it, and because y'all know that I've got my own apron, and it says, in fact, right here it is. It said, only bitching in my kitchen is by me, MamaBethsWorld. So that way it's got both channels on it. But I'm looking at having aprons and maybe t-shirts. And, you know, so that I'll be putting some more content on there. But this morning, honestly, I have been flat on my back for like, this is day 4. And this is day 4 of it. And I think I'm off quarantine tomorrow. But they're giving me a cyclovir and prednisone, which would make my face fat, even fatter. You buy a t-shirt? I would love it. You know what? I'm wearing Goober Nation t-shirt right now. I love Uber Goober. Hey, Flyboy Glenn. How are you, darling? I love buying other people's merch. I bought my husband one of the Irish Steve-O t-shirts that says BRB gotta pee. Because I tease them, they both have bladders the size of walnuts. But yeah, I like buying other people's merch. And I'll wear it on my stream. You'll see it. Now, I've been in the white sweater mode for a good while because I bought all those damn sweaters in September. But anyway, I will advertise anybody else's stream. If you want to drop your stream, you know, link in here, and everybody sub to everybody else. If somebody's a content creator, you know, go check it out. If you don't like it, you can always unsub. But if you do like it, then you found another creator to enjoy. So thank you, Shauna. I you know, this whole bullshit opioid crisis, I don't know if y'all are dealing with this. I have RA, I have fibro, I have several other autoimmune diseases. And then I also have two bad discs in my back that are bulging. And they want to do the ablation on my back. And I keep going, no, okay, no. I go back and forth. But what was I saying? I'm losing my mind. Don't sub me. I'm terrible. Anyway, with the shingles, I cannot get rid of them. I can't take the shot. And the steroids, I have to be careful because it makes my sugar go really high. And I try not to binge too much, but it's really hard when you're going through all this not to say, this shit's happening to me and I hate it. You know, and I try to laugh. I try to use humor to make things easier. And some people misconstrue that to mean that I don't think it's serious. It is serious. I just can't. I laugh instead of cry. So, but this, oh yeah, the opioid crisis. Okay. Y'all know I was in the hospital in ICU for diabetic ketoacidosis. If you have it, you have a 20% chance of death. Everybody that gets it, they've averaged it out. It killed Jerry Garcia, but I was sick. I mean, you have the worst headache. You throw up. Oh, you have diarrhea until there's nothing left. You cannot keep anything down. And they have to give you IV fluids, potassium, and insulin, and work to get your body back to where you're not acidic anymore. Somebody. Yeah, okay. I'll bring that up in just a second, honey. But I'm in there. The first day, they gave me, was it fentanyl or Dilaudid? I don't care. Either way. You know, they gave me something for pain, and it helped bring the pain down. Day 2, you know what they offered me? A Tylenol. One Tylenol. I was not in a happy mood. My head was killing me. I was like, are you effing kidding me? And I said it all out. I said, I'm in DKA and you're offering me Tylenol? First of all, you're trying to kill my liver because I'm already sensitive. And I said, second, do you realize what pain this is? It's like acid going on through your body. And basically you get too much, you get too little CO2. And so they have to give you, you know, oxygen, but they also have to give, it's a whole thing, an IV to get the CO2 back in your blood so it balances out. And it's painful. I was stuck from my hands to my elbows to my feet. And it says some, yeah, I've got CBD here, and I'm using it. I don't like it because it tastes like shit, but I'll tell you what, I take a lot of ibuprofen. But the fact of the matter, I've had DKA many times, and they kept me on like they kept me on like Dilaudid and fentanyl and Stadol, which Stadol is hilarious when you're on it. You feel no pain, and it takes all the fucks away. It really does. And but I would be on Stadol for like 3 days because the pain is intense. They just let me suffer. They're like, you just have to get through it. I'm like, really? Because you know my heart can give out from this. Oh yeah, and by the way, I now have blood pressure problems as well as everything else. And my systolic was 240 when I went in. Wait a minute. Hang on, drum alert. Okay, this is on another subject. All right, but anyway, so the opioid crisis, if you are a chronic pain patient, if you have severe arthritis or you have something that's going on, they're taking away all of the stuff that kept us being able to function. I had somebody yell at me because they said, how dare you choose not to be on pain meds and your husband has to do everything. Well, no, I don't choose it. It's the fact that it's over a 2-hour drive to get to a pain management center. And then I have to go back every month. And I'm like, is this something I really want to do? I mean, seriously. And I don't. I want my doctor to treat me. I don't want I don't want the CDC or, you know, the governor side of thing. I mean, he's not a doctor. He doesn't know my case. I want someone who knows me, who sees that my hands are starting to turn. I mean, they're twisting. And I'm taking, you know, I'm on the methotrexate, which is a chemotherapy drug, and I'm on Humira. And yeah, they help slow progression, but they don't take away pain. And they don't take away flares. Every time the weather changes, y'all see me, well, we got more weather change. Here comes a flare. But, and you know, you just have to try to hold your head up and keep going. And, you know, it's really hard when you don't have any relief. So that whole opioid crisis, if you want to check it out, Google it or go on Twitter. There are groups that are trying to fight so people can have proper pain management. You know, we don't want, nobody wants to buy the illegal fentanyl and heroin from China that's coming in. And we know that's where most of this is coming in, that's giving overdoses. But it's getting mixed up as they're just calling them opioids, not illegal opioids. Most chronic pain patients, they're very responsible. They don't do anything to screw up their pain management because they need it. You know, we're not out here getting high. I don't even like taking them. Nick, you're as bad as Angelo. Nick likes to record streams and he makes arguments. I don't agree with everything he said, but his channel is interesting. You had an interesting one on race, and I didn't agree with everything you said, but I thought it was very interesting that you had a discussion. And I have to say, you and Uni really need to talk again, and I'd love to see that on a live stream, because I think everybody else in the chat got mixed in and didn't, and so you didn't get your point across. I think you both needed to be on stream. And she's very careful about not talking over people. Like, she'll let you get your whole thought out, and then she gets to say her piece. She's very good about that. I would love to see you two speak on that, because you come from different angles. But it's good. I love subscribing to smaller channels, as there's more community feel about their channels. Yes, I agree. I don't watch anyone that's got 1 million followers. Do you? There's my Stewie. Shame, 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 unsub. You're so silly. I love you. If y'all don't know Stewie, well, I think everybody knows Stewie. I really think the only way to solve the opioid crisis is to legalize them. It will prevent accidental overdoses and allow chronic pain sufferers access to them. I agree. You know, we didn't have all of these. Okay, first of all, I don't know if you all know the history of pain management, but back in the late 80s and early 90s, it was decided that instead of asking someone how they feel, what is your pain on the scale? Remember, that was in the late 80s, early 90s. And then you had 1 to 10, and they would say, you know, 1 is a little bit. 10 is when you feel like you'd rather be set on fire than live any longer. I've been at that 10. I've been there. And frankly, and this is not a popular opinion, if you want to get high on heroin or whatever, you're going to do it. You know, people, you can't chain someone down and say, no, you can't do that. They have to want to not do it. So, oh God, Lynn, yes, they are. But I think it should be left up to the doctors. Now, we had some corrupt doctors, but we got corruption in every aspect of our lives. If they would let our doctors, my rheumatologist, I love my rheumatologist. He is so cool. And he's from Pakistan. I think, is it Pakistan or Turkey? But anyway, he is cool as shit. I mean, he's just amazing, and he's so smart. And I want him to be able to say, okay, you know, we see the damage in the joints and everything, and let me write the script. I don't want him to have to worry about losing his practice because he prescribed me, you know, pain management. But he knows my case. He knows me better than anyone, any of my medical professionals. You know, just like my PCP, he knows like all of the stuff that I go through. So he manages that. But the fact is, I don't want to go to some pain management clinic and hand them a chart that they're not going to read. And they say, okay, what's going on? And, you know, I tell them, and then they're like, okay, here's 3 10-milligram oxycodone a day, and then this and that and the other. I don't need that. I just want my doctor to do it. I love my doctor. Wait a minute. What racist? I don't know about any racist. I'm not being silly. If you love, what? If you love Nick, racist comedy, shame. I haven't seen enough of what Nick does to know whether he's racist or not. I did see where they were talking back and forth in that one chat, and it seemed like he was being respectful. What I saw of it, he was being respectful, and so was Guney. So I kind of want to know what it is, but what? Stewie, honey, I don't know about any racist comments that he's made in your comments. Oh, now I will disagree with that. Racism is very real. Racism is not just a thing against, you know, white people against other colors. There are people that are racist against white people as well, but it is a very real thing. You know, racism is alive and well. And you know what? Even children will be racist unless they're taught otherwise in their homes. They pick up what their parents perceive. And, you know, so we need to change that. Yeah, I think Nick has extreme views. Well, I only saw what he was saying to Guney, and I thought he was being respectful. If I'm wrong, then hey, Nick, why don't you and Stewie talk this out? Get on a panel together and talk it out. Stewie's very logical, and you know, I just met you, Nick, but you know, I've known Stewie since he came on, and everybody knows I love Stewie. But why don't you all talk this out? Maybe you could find a common ground. Flyboy Glenn? No, I don't. Because I think people are capable. There's a lot of things that I don't agree with, because I think people of color are very capable of doing the things that they want and doing the things they need, and making great lives for themselves. So no, I don't. Okay, I don't want to get in a conversation of you know, where you two are going back and forth. Y'all know Stewie is my buddy. No, Stewie, please don't go. Yeah, I've been talking about against racism. Nick, if that's the way you feel about that, then you need to say that on your own channel. And you know, that's not the way I feel. We're not talking about that. And I'm not running off one of my friends because of this kind of an argument. You know, you respect one another, whatever color you are, whatever creed you are. That's the way I feel on here. And I think the majority of people feel the same way. Yeah, I don't want to have that conversation. You know, I'm not the one to judge on that. Yeah, see, everybody is getting upset. Nick, I'm going to ask you to go. If you'll please, you know, just, it's got to go. That's not a conversation we were meant to be having on here. I'm talking about fairness and equality and treating one another with respect. And now I've got, you know, awesome hooker, please stay. And I hope Stewie comes back. You know, and that's my fault is I only know Nick from what I've seen, and I don't know extremist views. I'm not a white nationalist. I'm not in the KKK. I'm not in, you know, any of that. Y'all know that. So I'm sorry. I apologize. I just want. No, I don't think I will. I'm not. I don't support racism in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, that was being offensive, and I'm not going to have that. And you know, sorry. It was my ignorance. You know, I'm new to him. Oh, yeah, let's bring up religion and politics. I tell people all this all the time. You never win an argument online. You'll never convince someone who, like, honestly, if Stewie and Nick did try to speak about this, Nick's not going to change his mind and Stewie's not going to change his because they come from different, and you don't win online arguments, you know? What? Mean Dick, you have Jewish ancestry. I have Jewish friends. Nobody's blocking you for that. This is crazy. Well, if you don't talk to him, he can't talk about you. Nobody's banning Jewish people. My Lord Izzy's in here. I think she's a mod. She's Jewish. Well, you know what? I don't see Stewie as that kind of a person. So Nick, you can come back on a different account, and I don't think this is funny. Come in here and watch the stream and chat if you want to, but let's not start spewing racist banner like you're reading off of a pamphlet from the white supremacists. Yeah, I'd really, well, if you want to be in here, you're going to have to behave. You're going to have to not put people down, and we're not talking about race anymore. Okay, let's talk about Shane not screwing his cat. What else is going on this weekend? Apparently the paranormal community, is anyone in here? Of course you're accepted, Flatboy Glenn. Yeah, Shauna did, and she had full right to do it because oh my God, we can't get off the subject. The paranormal community is going crazy, and there has been a spell cast. Oh, Lord. By this woman who needs a hairbrush desperately. I don't understand how you come online. Okay, I know I look like crap today. That's just why you're seeing my pop gun. But if you're going to come online, brush your hair. Well, because you deserved it. Oh, there's Cat. I know, baby. Okay, well, you know what? She subjugated you, but I'm going to now. Okay? There, bye. I'm not dealing with that anymore. Where's my Uber? Hey, Corey. Yeah, not on me. She cast it on, I think, Irish Stevo and a few other people. Oh, shit. Let me mute for just a minute. Wait a minute. Shit. Honey, I'm on live stream. Can I call you back in a little bit? Whatever you want. Anything. You know what I like. Okay. Oh, no. It is. It's love. All right. I love you. My husband says to stop with the racist shit. Hey, there's Josephine. We're not talking about racism anymore. we had a little altercation. Still got really upset and left, and I hate it. But let me get back to this. There's my Stewie. No, that's not the comedy we like. No, absolutely not. So you know me better than that. You've known me long enough to know that that's not my thing. Okay, just pick up whatever. I'll be here. I love you. All right, bye. Thought I was going to have to keep him from killing the guy that talked so rude to me, the contractor. But yeah, he said, I saw you were on and I saw there was a bunch of shit going on. Are you okay? He's so good to me. But came in for the candle, stayed for the Idris Elba. You love Idris Elba. He said he thinks he wants Arby's because we like those heroes, the wraps with the, oh my God, they're so good. They're Mediterranean. But then again, he might get a salad for us. So either way, he always brings me lunch. And that's something else. We eat every meal together. I don't know if y'all know that. Whether, usually I can only have a couple of bites, but breakfast, lunch, dinner, unless for some reason he's out of town. He goes out of town like once a year, twice a year, and it's only for a few days. But that's one of the things that we've done since we started dating. Even though we lived apart, we didn't live together before we were married. And, but he would come and stay for the weekend. But during the week, we would have dinner together while on the phone with one another. And it has made such a wonderful, it's like, I can't eat without him. I don't want to. So I think that's one of the things that makes for a healthy relationship. You have routines, you spend time together. He's my favorite person to be with. Hey, Chi Mama. I'm doing pretty good. I've got shingles. They're kind of kicking my butt, and I'm running a fever. It's going up and down, up and down. But yeah, they're up my back and down my legs. So, Corey, I think you're funny. I think your little videos crack me up. Sometimes I know who you're talking about. Sometimes I don't. But like I told you, I really enjoy it. I like when you piss people off. You are really good at that. And it's usually over things that are valid. Kaylee, I'm so glad you're in there. Yeah, it's the thing when you find that partner that you're meant to find, and it took me 3, he's my third husband. It's such a comfort. And like when I'm fixing dinner or if he's picking something to go out, we're on the phone together all the time. We text during the day all the time, even though we're both super busy. He'll still, we're back and forth. Stewie better come back. I'll cry because Stewie knows that, we don't support that shit. He's gone. He's gone. Okay, we blocked both of his accounts. Let's not talk about that anymore, and let's be done with it. Yeah, she does. Corey has this sweet little voice. Okay. Da, 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 da. And then it's like, bam. She's an atomic bomb. And she says what she means and means what she says. And you know what? I like people like that. Even if it's slightly offensive to some, I like that's honest, and you're honest about your feelings, about your thoughts. And it's good. Yeah, come back, Stewie. Somebody go get Stewie and tell him that we love him. He said, I hope he's still here. He's one of my favorite people, and he knows it. No Nightbot cares. Hello, honey. No, I don't, Flyboy Glenn. Actually, you know that we own a lot of firearms. No. We have the right to, it's a constitutional right. And it's not to defend ourselves against, people forget this, it's not to defend ourselves against criminals, it's to defend ourselves against the government. Remember, because the British were going to take over. Well, this way, if, say, they come down with a military regime and they want to storm your house, you can protect yourself and your family. So, no, I like guns. I enjoy them. I think you have to be very responsible with them and knowledgeable about them, but no, nobody better try. Yeah, Clancy's right. Occasionally I mean to offend certain people, not everyone though. I know you do. And I have to sit back because I've seen a couple that I was like, really? But most of them are justifiable. It's like, that makes so much sense. I understand. Yeah. So if you're not subbed to her, Corey, the MF and Chainsaw, do sub to her because she's funny. She comes up with these little tiny videos that last maybe 30 seconds or a minute, and she just goes, and then it's over with, and it's really cute. My mods aren't chipping out. My mods don't do that. And I don't chimp out. Okay, I'll check my Twitter when I'm done with my stream, but I'm in control of this stream, and every one of my mods knows how I feel about things. But yeah, the whole thing with a relationship is you have to want to be with that person more than you want to be with anybody else. And like my first husband, and I know you all have probably done the same thing when you were in a relationship that wasn't working out. I'd be driving home and I'd see his truck. a pickup truck, and I'd say, oh shit, he's home. And sometimes I would drive around for a little while because I just could not take having to hear his voice and see his face. And this was this was before we separated. I think, oh God, please let him be asleep or in his workshop or somewhere to where I don't have to see him or hear him or look at him at all. Oh God, don't let me kill him. That's a bad relationship. And my second relationship was good, was pretty good. We fought a couple times at the end, but you know, before he passed. But you know, it was okay. It wouldn't work. but you know what? There's never a time that I come home or he comes home that I'm not excited to see my husband. And if you could do that, then you're with the right person. You report this stream to whoever you want. You're not Jewish. I doubt it. Oh, you have, oh shoot, you've had fibro and fibro flare and sinuses. Oh, listen, having my baby home, she's been in Mexico. Y'all know that. She's been in Mexico for 8 months, 9 months, something like that. She's fluent in Spanish. It's so funny. She's going through the house, you know, and she's on her phone and she's like speaking full on really good Spanish, and she's on speakerphone and they're talking Spanish. And I'm like, I'm so proud of her. And she's with her friends right now. Friday was her birthday, and so she went to visit with some of her friends over the weekend, and she'll be back. She's got a big job offer in Mexico again, in Tulum, or is it Playa del Carmen? Anyway, but she's also had a couple offers in Germany and one in Barcelona. And I'm like, oh, please. Yeah, go ahead and get rid of that. I'm like, oh, please go to Barcelona because I want to come and visit. Barcelona is, I have to say, hands down, my favorite city in Europe. And I haven't been there in 25 years. So, exactly. Shauna, you're right. You know, isn't it crazy how people, when they don't follow your guidelines, when they don't show respect in your chat, when they attack people and then you remove them, they have to come back under their other account and do the same thing, like they're not going to get removed. You know, that's absolutely insane. So, hey, Steve. There's my buddy. Oh, I know, Mama Beth. My son's in the Marines and his wife came for Christmas. Hadn't seen my baby in over a year. He's 24, but yeah, mine just turned 28. She's my baby. I look, and she's taller than I am. And I used to be 5'10" when they measured me. I think I've shrunk because of my vertebrae and stuff. But she's so tall, and she's just got such a beautiful figure. She went vegetarian, and she walks everywhere and exercises, and she's taken such better care of herself than she did before. And I'm just so proud. And yeah, catch all of those. Those are the same one. You just got home. I hope everything's all right, honey. Oh, thank you, right at home. I think if you have a self-relationship before it really, oh yeah, if you've had a bad relationship, you basically want to say, I want to do everything opposite that I did the last time. And honestly, and it wasn't it was my first husband's fault. He's the same way with his wife. He treats her just like he treats me. He's just weird. And he's not very loving and giving of himself. You know, it's all about him. So, you know, it wasn't what I wanted. I wanted someone who loved me and put me above everybody else and let me put them above everybody else. And, you know, when I met my husband, we talked. And I mean, you know how there are some people that you talk for a little while and you're like, okay, I'm done with this person. I can't say anymore. I got to go. And then there are other people that you never run out of topics. Your daughter's over 6 feet tall. Holy shit. You're now 5'3". You know, I have never in the 10 years we've been together, I've never run out of things to talk about with him or things I wanted to share with him. Like, I can tell him very much anything. The only thing I don't tell him about is people who, you know, have been in therapy with me. We don't talk about that because confidentiality and, you know, whatnot. But everything else we can talk about. Like, we can sit, TV off, no electronics, just look at each other and chat. And he's literally my best friend. And I wish that for everyone. You know, I want everyone to have that. Yeah. No Nightbot cares. Go ahead. Yeah. Add me. If you all want to add me on Twitter, I'm MamaBethsWorld 1. And I usually don't stream in the mornings, but I got up this morning and I thought, you know what? After that, I have stewed on Katie's shit since it happened. And I thought, I've got to get that off my chest. You know, we can't let this kind of behavior be rewarded by views and subs. And, you know, there's changes that need to be made. Maybe that's why she's lost the last of her friends. But, you know, I had to speak up and say, you know, I was in her camp for a long time, and y'all know it. And, oh yeah, Corey, I am so in love with my husband. We're that obnoxious couple that holds hands all the time in public, and, you know, and it's funny because, you know, I'm 48, and, I'm not going to tell his age. It's close. He's a little bit younger than me, just a couple years. And but for adults, you know, with an adult daughter, to feel like this, my daughter says all the time, she said, I want a relationship like you and he have. And I'm like, well, you have to wait on it, and you have to test drive a lot of cars to find which one your butt feels best in the seat, you know. And that doesn't mean having sex with them. It just means listening to people and seeing if they listen to you. You know, that's okay. I got it, Nick. I got it. I'm not checking my DMs while I'm on live stream. I think that's rude. Quit coming in here on. Oh, now we know. At least now we know all your alts. We know all your troll accounts. Why is it so important for you to come in here and ruin my stream? Really? And, but you know, the thing about relationships, and whether it's your best friend, like your best girlfriend, best guy friend, or your spouse, if you don't care what they have to say, and they don't care about what you have to say and what's going on in each other's lives, then you're not with the right person. You're not with the right people. You know, and they say your vibe attracts your tribe. That's so true. You know, I love the people that I'm friends with on here. I love the people I'm friends with, you know, in my regular everyday life. Oh, that's that guy, Nick. And I had no idea that he's all about racism. I thought actually that he was somebody that was going to have a decent conversation about it, but he's not. It sounds like he's a bit of a fanatic. He's coming here on, how many accounts has he come on here now? I mean, it's been like 4. Yeah. So, yeah, you know what? Anyone that carries views that hate people for no reason other than the color of the skin, their gender identity, their sexual preference or orientation. If you hate people on a broad scale, you don't like yourself very much. And you've never met people that you're claiming to hate just because they're different than you. And I think it's a lot of ignorance, but it's also a lot of closed-mindedness, you know? And I think we need to get past that. So Nick, go check out some books and educate yourself on what rational people think instead of zealots. But Corey, he's live now going off. Oh, well, Nick, if your butt hurts, go get some salve. Oh, see, Flyboy Glenn, see, you're not racist, but you don't. That's a religion. Actually, I dated a Muslim, and I'm Christian. I wasn't going to convert, neither was he. But not, you can't judge everybody that follows a certain religion the same way, because and this is probably because you haven't met someone who is just like you. Most of the Muslims that I've met, I've never met anybody that was like crazed ISIS anything. They're all just normal people. They just want to go same places we go, a grocery shop, raise their families and everything. And you know, but it takes getting to know people from different backgrounds. And Shauna, you are on a roll. Love you. Steve's kicking it too. Yeah, he needs to go to his own stream, spout whatever nonsense he wants to put out. You know, people can choose to watch it or not. They may choose to watch it and laugh at you because that's ignorant. And this is not an ignorant community. And, you know, go do your own stream. And, you know, there is 3.2 billion people on social media. There are a lot of people to watch and a lot of people to listen. So, hey, Joe, how are you? I spoke to you in a chat. Was it yesterday? I can't remember. When you're sick, I don't know if y'all do this. When you're sick, do the days get mixed up and you can't remember when you did what into what and said when? Because that's the way I am. I'm like, I know I said hi to Joe, but like, was it yesterday? Was it day before? Because, you know, when you run a fever and you're feeling really bad, plus you're taking, you know, these meds, they just mess with your brain. But anyway, you know, if you can say to yourself, I don't like a certain group of people like Muslims, but you make it a point, say, why don't I like them? And then maybe go meet someone, you know, say, you know, and listen to their side and listen to yours. We all, you know, we all need to try that. I think that's the only way to get along. Well, you just found out you're 3% African, so don't offend me. That's right. That's right. Yeah, he is crazy, Flatboy Glenn. Yeah, see, Steve's been sick for a long. Steve doesn't listen. That's his problem. Do you, honey? We told Steve the last time he had bronchitis to stay in the bed, take all the antibiotics, and do not get on live streams and hangouts all night long. And he didn't listen. Do I need to put Daniel on the phone with you and give you the lecture? Always listen to the woman. Do what she says, and then you won't get sick again. But yeah, he's had bronchitis and pneumonia and sinus, you name it. He has had it for what, 3 months? And I'm like, good Lord. He's like, oh, I'm going to the ER. He'll text me and he'll be like, hey, good morning, going to the ER. I'm like, damn it, again? Oh, Hannibson JD. That's what you need. I'm telling you, kill that cold. You just need a fifth of bourbon, a fifth of Jack Daniels, and lemon and honey, and you just keep making you hot toddies until you're either cured or you don't care. He has been through it, and we've teased him and tried to keep his spirits up. He was a bitch a couple times. He hadn't had enough sleep. He'd stayed up, and I'm telling on you, yes, I am. He'd stayed up all night talking with Irish Steve-O, who I love to death too. But they get on these tears, and they'll be up till 8 in the morning, and they're just talking guy stuff, and it's just back and forth, and it's funny, but he'll get a little sleep, and then he's like, nah. It's kind of like a sour cat. Oh Lord, and hey, we have been praying for everybody affected in New Zealand. And I am so sorry. I know that has to be a helpless feeling that someone would do that. And I'm just so sorry. We send our condolences to everyone in New Zealand that was affected by that madman. This is terrible. And I'm sorry. Corey, yes, it does. It works. My mom was a nurse, or still is a nurse. She retired. She ran a hospital. And she used to say, alcohol kills germs. So drink bourbon. When am I cooking again? Well, right now I am still contagious. So it probably won't be till Wednesday or Thursday. And I'm not sure what I want to fix. I've got several things. I might do country fried steak because everybody's been asking me for that. And I don't know what else I'll fix. Something good. Something make y'all hungry. But I can't understand. You know, we were in was it Charleston or Savannah where they had the church shooting? Anyway, we were there when they were having the memorial service. We have pictures, but we were there. They had the traffic stopped. And it was that one boy, he was a white supremacist, and it was a predominantly black church. And we were stopped there, and the crowds were just incredible, but everybody was hanging on everybody's shoulders and crying. And, you know, and I'm sure it's like that in New Zealand. And what do you do? This is why I say we all have to be educated. We all have to learn to work with people. And if someone, just like with the Columbine shooters, and I've said this before, who doesn't go into their garage and see what their kid's doing? I would scour my kid's bedroom every time she'd leave. I want to know what she was up to, where she was going, who she was talking to, and God help her if she left her phone, because I'd get into it. I knew the password. And I believe in snooping on your kids. You don't have to let them know you're snooping, but you better keep up with what your kid's doing, or otherwise, you know, they could be doing something crazy and need mental help. You know, they may be. And let's hide that dumbass again. Would you please go away? Oh my God. I am hiding that user on this channel. You know what? Quit acting like, oh my God. Can I just ask, because a lot of websites are blocked here now, if you see the live stream of what that asshole did, please don't watch it, report it. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, no, we don't need to give any ideas to anyone, but like the Columbine shooting, these kids were obviously in trouble. And yes, I've seen the TED Talk with the mother. Nice try. I know where my kid was. I know what she was doing. I knew when she was screwing up, but I'm like, okay, I'll let her learn a lesson. But if my kid had a room full of pipe bombs and a garage full of guns and plans and all of this stuff, and was running around in a black trench coat all the time, I'd be like, you know what? Maybe he's just a little fucked up. Maybe I need to check on him. Maybe I need to read his diary. His diary is posted online. Any mother should have seen what was going on. You, as a mother, and I say the mother because, it could be the father too, but I singly raised my daughter. Y'all know that. I went through her stuff. Okay, there were things that I didn't want to find. Okay, but I knew that she was okay. You know, I wasn't finding stockholds of guns and bullets and pipe bombs. You know, I found sexy underwear that she was a little too young to wear once or twice. But, you know, I would go through and see, and and that way I knew she was okay, because that's my job as a mother, right? That's your job as a parent. And, you know, and I think the same thing for the boy in Zealand, my honey's home. Same thing for the boy in New Zealand. Maybe his parents missed something. You think they were raised to hate? And maybe. You search your car downstairs. That's right. You are always the mama. My kid just turned 28. And let me tell you, if she was living in my house, I'd still go through her shit. Just to make sure she was okay. You know, and it's part of being a parent. You know, it's parental responsibility. That's right. And if our child needs help, it's our responsibility to give it to them, no matter how old they are. You know, just because they're over 18 doesn't mean you can't help them. And you know, we need to provide good examples. And thank you everyone who knocked that butthole out. Honey, no Nightbot Care says, hi, Mr. Mama Beth. He's Daddy Beth. He said to tell everybody hi. Yeah, I'm going to go eat, Steve. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you so much. This has been a good outlet for me to get things off my chest, because literally I was ready to kill a couple people. I'm kidding. But to be able to do this and to get this all off my chest while laying here on my couch. Oh my God, you really are pushing it, aren't you, Nick? Nick, you'll be blocked from my Twitter from now on. This is crazy. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you all for being here. Merlet says thank you. That's him. And you all have a wonderful day. And make sure you got the bell on, because you know the notifications don't work all the time. But so I will see you all soon. And you'll see me in other live chats, because I've got nothing to do but lay here. And I'm out of Game of Thrones. We watched the last one last night. My heart broke. But yeah, the puppies. Let's see. Brian's in there. No, Brian's right here. He's waiting on French fries, I think, or whatever was brought. All right. Take care of everyone. Love one another. Say bye. Bye, y'all.